All right, back in the basement again today. Going to walk you through my training session from today. Train during lunch. Here I am, post lunch, uploading this video. Look at that. It's amazing how quick you can get things done when you don't put a lot into it. So my top single for the day was at 468 pounds. I put this at an RPE 6. Moved pretty well in terms of the velocity-based tracker. Was happy with that. I then had a back off 3x6 with about 425-ish, give or take, since this is kilos. First rep there was high. The next couple of reps get a little bit better. I've been trying to make sure that I dial in my depth, especially in my top sets, but I'm guilty of not giving that same effort into my back off sets just because I want to just get through the work and get it done. I think as long as my thigh is right around parallel, I should be good because my hip crease is slightly below that, so that should be good. But I film these side views for a reason. Even though I don't post them all the time, I'm still filming them because I watch them back after the set and I say, God damn, I need to do better. So I try to do that for the remaining sets. Second set here, these all moved really well. I rated all of these around an RPE 6. The last rep speed was a little bit better than my last rep speed for my heavy single. So really happy with these. Now I'm coming off of a deload week, so it might kind of take me a week or so to get back in the swing of things, but I'm happy with how the weight's been progressing. And the way that these days have been working is my first squat day, which is today, I'll do a heavyish single, right? So I set around 85%. That's about 470 pounds. My next squat day, which is my day 3, which is my Thursday session, I'll actually do rep work with that weight. So this is kind of a good introductory day for me, and then building some volume on the back offs. That way I'm able to still do other stuff throughout the course of the week. I like this angle a lot because it looks like I'm hitting depth a lot better. So I will take this angle every day. But overall, pretty happy with this work in terms of squats, especially considering I didn't do much during my deload week. Celebrate with a sassy belt flip as I shudder off. Now, past that, we've been doing some banded bench work. This is something I asked Bryce, who's doing my programming, to implore into it, only because I found when I had a clavicle issue way back in my other basement, some of you might remember, I had to reset my bench, and I found a banded bench worked really well for me. So I had a top set here of 3 with something at about an RPE 7. This one was a little bit heavier than a 7. I actually rated it an 8.5. It's 265 pounds bar weight, and then I used blue bands on either side. So depending on how much tension's at the top, it is fairly heavy for my actual bench. That being said, the reason why I like banded bench is because in competition, when I miss and when I grind benches, I usually get it a couple inches off the chest, and then that couple inches to lock out is usually where I struggle. So this is really kind of putting extra emphasis on that range. As I start to press more, it gets heavier and heavier with the more band tension. So I did have some back off sets again here, 3 sets of whatever, working up to around a 7. In this case, I just used 225 and the blue bands. On top of that, trying to grow the chest, grow the pecs, hopefully get a little bit bigger that way all around for some hypertrophy, because we know I'm not increasing my arch anymore. So why not just try to get bigger to decrease range of motion? Did a couple of sets here with dumbbell bench, 3 sets hovering at around an RPE 7, using 95 pounds. And for the most part, I was around 10 reps here for all 3 sets. Felt pretty good considering the band work really taxes me overall. That really makes me sore. I'll feel it tomorrow for sure. Then moved on to weighted step-ups, in this case using roughly 50 pounds, so 25-pound dumbbells each, doing 12 reps per side. So you just saw a couple there because I don't want to show you 24 reps of me just stepping to a box. Finally, finishing it off with 3 sets of 10 to 15 for a cable row, aiming for around an RPE 6 to 8. I used 250 pounds here, really tried to kind of control the tempo, although it doesn't look like it from this clip, get a good squeeze in my back. I rated this as a 7 overall and felt good. And that was my training session for Monday. Glad to get back under some heavier loads and looking forward to the rest of the training week. Hope everyone's well. And as always, stay big.